I'm Angela Wada. I'm an architect and a chartered human resource professional. What motivates me in Mshel Homes and what keeps me going? I would say that achieving goals is at the center of my motivation here. So I like to see that there's a goal to be achieved and put all the risks to ensure that such goals are achieved. Secondly, I also like to learn new things. So when I have an avenue to explore new areas, I like to always seize it. Okay, yeah, so on typical challenges faced in managing people with regards to human resource, I would say that the first fact is the fact that human beings are not machines. So you don't put in A and expect B all the time. People are a product of several factors, internal factors, external factors, and that sort of makes the unpredictability of actions and inactions very major challenge in managing people. Secondly, we have different people. There are not two same people anywhere in the world. So it means that as a human resource professional, you have to ensure that all your employees, regardless of their peculiarities, still give maximum result at all times. So you have to deal with all of that complexity in human beings. Okay, so I think I would say that one major thing you need or skill you require as a human resource professional is emotional intelligence. So it means that you need to know what to do part time, right? And being professional means you have to address all the issues at hand depending on the causative factors. So I would not say that you would be empathetic when you need to be. You would also need to give sanctions when you need to give that, right? So knowing how to handle such issues in their peculiarities is what makes you a professional. And rewards and punishments as a HR process. So that, as you said, people are scared of HR. Let me say the HR is your friend. Okay, so reward and punishment. Well, in a workplace, one thing, like I said earlier, that motivates employees is when they know they're going to be rewarded for their work. So at the same time, when there is poor performance, it's also the obligation on the HR to put up measures to ensure that such does not occur for consistent productivity and service delivery on the side of the organization. So we do have a system, a process that would make us recognize outstanding performance and also recognize poor performance. For outstanding performance, we have different measures in place and a process to decide on which to take part time. So we have productivity bonuses, we have staff of the month that comes with cash of course, and then commendations, and then promotions. And it would interest you to know that our promotion is also results based. Wow. So that is one major thing we do that keeps employees motivated. But on the other side of the coin, where there's poor performance, we also have a process to address that, right? So we have different trainings and measures. We try to improve employee performance. When there's non-compliance on the side of the employee for whatever reason, then we now decide what punishments, in quote, now to take. But there is a process before we arrive at that point, and it's a very objective procedure. Okay, that's quite interesting to ask. Well, can I say that I can be a bit boring? Okay, but I would say when I have time to myself, what do? I like to read. I like to write. I also like to see new places when I have the time to. Well, if you're interested in joining the amazing workforce of Mshel Homes, first thing I would say is make sure you understand the job requirements, right? So don't just send your CV because you saw an opening, right? So make sure you first understand the requirements and ask yourself, do you have what it takes to deliver on this job? If the answer is yes, make sure you articulate your experience clearly on your CV. Add every other possible evidence, documents, videos, depending on the role open, right? So add all you need to convince the reviewer at the other end that you do have what it takes to deliver on this job. If you do that, I'm sure that you'll be selected for an interview process and get back to you. We have a very unbiased process.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm not saying that because you probably will think because she's HR manager, of course she's going to say that. But then we do have a very unbiased process because that's how we're able to be productive. You know, when you let bias in, it means you're going to recruit someone who is not fit for the job, right? So because we are a results-driven organization, I did say earlier that it starts from the recruitment process. So we ensure that we get the right person, regardless of gender or whatever basis bias usually comes to, right? So we are not biased in our recruitment.